Shalom, shalom. It's the brother Kalaya coming at you with another in transit video. Before I get started, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwatash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Alright. And I'm on the way to camp right now. Well, our Friday lesson. And I just was kind of meditating on the times we in, man. Alright. The times we in, we're approaching those bitter times. Okay? And what I mean by that is, and I'm gonna get the scripture in Revelation 10. But it goes into how this truth, your taste buds, so like your mouth is where you taste things, right? With your taste buds and things of that nature. That's where the tasting happens at, and it's sweet, right? Knowing that you're an Israelite, knowing the prophecies concerning us getting our heritage back, the understanding, the knowledge, the wisdom, being called back into the fold, right? The kingdom, man. Those things are sweet. When you first come in, it's you're pretty much thinking about things like everybody has a home, a home language, right? A place that they can, actual place they can call home. And when we found this truth, we understood where our home was at. A lot of questions were answered, and that was sweet unto us. Okay, and now we're getting into the bitter part. Alright, so once you consume enough honey, it becomes bitter in your stomach, man. Too much honey in the stomach, it'll upset your stomach. So we come into that part, man. In prophecy, alright, the collapse of an economy. And yes, we preach about it, but we still have to live in it. Family members dying, all right, things of that nature. So I'm gonna just get the precept, and then we'll further expound. All right, this is Revelations, chapter 10, and I'll read it. It's 10 and 9. It says, "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter." You see? It says, "And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings." Just going into reincarnation, right? That last part, but the main part, the premise of this video is going into that. It was bitter, right? At first it was sweet, but now we're starting to see these things take place in the earth, the things in which the Lord spoke about from the foundations of the earth, and the very same things we speak on and dwell on a daily basis. Alright, I mentioned the collapse of an economy. Alright, martial law, talks of World War III, and ultimately the implementation of the MOTB, man, the RFID microchip, which you gotta understand that these things are painful. It's a painful process, okay, to get to this devil's NWO, right? Shit, ultimately to get to what we want, it's a painful process. We must go through these things, all right? And that's that bitterness, and shit. We understand, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna just get it. Slide you. let's see. This is Matthew 24 and 12. Alright? And when you're going through this in red letters, so Yahushua is giving you an understanding, you know, about the bitter things that are about to happen, right? Wars, rumors of wars, the waxing cold, right, of people, you know, things of that nature. But then he says this. He's talking about many false prophets, right? Many people being offended. And I'm just giving a very vague rundown of Matthew the 24th chapter. All right. It's like a warning, all right? He's giving you a warning on when he coming back. And the sun keep fooling with the you know, with the video. So if you're riding and listening, it'll be a little bit better. But it says Matthew 24 and 13, it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. You know, and that's what we're doing, ultimately preaching this you know, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to all four corners of the earth, man. But the main point that I wanted to get in that precept was he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right, but it's enduring. Okay, a lot of Israelites, all right, who are so-called in the truth, and I say so-called because they fine with the sweetness, they fine with the honey, but when it come down to that bitter, you know, they can't endure. All right, and that's why Great Millstone is big on, you know, prophecy, big on, you know, following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities. All right, and ultimately, you know, understanding what you're a part of. A lot of these different camps, different followers, you know, viewers that's on, you know, Jake pages and shit, they not ready for what the, you know, what's to come. They're not ready for that bitter. Okay, most people, and that's why we you know, in bitter going into our bondage as well. I was just thinking about the Passover, because that's something we must endure. When we partake in the Passover, we have to endure that, man. You know, that bitter representing what this, you know, captivity, man. Taking the bitter herbs, things of that nature, but it's a must. So in like manner, it's a must that we go through the bitter of this truth as well. You know? But I'm approaching the campsite, you know, so Lord willing, this was exalting. And, you know, don't be one of them guys that just look for the sweet, okay? And don't prepare themselves for the bitter, because it's a preparation process we must go through as well, man. You got to prepare for that. So, you know, definitely, you know, you brothers and sisters, stay prayed up. All right. I want to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.